in these 15 years, Roshni, where you've steered the ship, um, and I'm asking this genuinely because I feel like you've done the expected role with safe pair of hands and trustability and credibility of saying, we're going to sort of like keep rowing the boat, right? But I'm curious to understand because I'm sure it wasn't hunky-dory and I'm sure it wasn't a straight line and it's hairy and complicated and frustrating at times. Do you allow yourself the permission to be vulnerable?
100%, and you must. We're humans. I mean, you can't. And again, that is also part of the school of Shiv Nadar. He's a very highly emotional, highly intense, highly vulnerable, and strong person all at the same time. And I think that's very important because I think that what I've learned over the past, 15 years is not so much the technology, right? It is how to manage and deal with people. And the people at the core of it are, a spectrum of emotions. From vulnerability to strength to leadership, somewhere in between. So I mean, you must. And you must.
And now as a chair, Roshni, you have sort of this peripheral and bird's eye view for everything that's happening in the organization, right? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on if you look at 2008 and 2023, right? What shifts are you happy about in the way we approach work or in the way the world moves today? And what are you not so happy about, or what are you unhappy about?
Well, I mean, I'm really happy that, I'm really happy about how there's just so much more discussion today happening, whether it's because of ESG, not because of ESG, but about diversity and how much of it is happening in the leadership room, in the boardroom. So if I remember coming onto the board in 2013, or 2012 or 13, I don't think those were the conversations we were having. And today, those are conversations that, I mean, we've even got committees and, we've gotten 15 years ago to now, is the amount of much more conversations that we're having about people. I think no one was having conversation. Everybody was talking about, like, especially like in 2015, or even as late till 2019, before COVID hit. Every discussion was about what's going to happen in tech, what's going to happen in P&L, what's going to happen in margins, what's going to happen in this. And while that's still very critical, I think even today, the analyst will always ask us about attrition, will ask us about people, will ask us about work from home, will ask us about culture, will ask us about, different questions, right? Or even the proxy advisories will have these kind of, so I think those are challenging questions, but they're also it's a very good opportunity for us to think of people and culture.